Good evening, everyone. Glad you could all be here to see my speech. I know you're all super excited to get your speech up and out of the way, but you got to sit through mine first. So let me ask you a question. Did you ever notice that the business now depends on an extreme amount of deception? I'll let that soak in because it needs a little explanation. Let me give you an example. Now, picture this. According to the Save the Children Foundation, in third world countries, hundreds to thousands of kids get sick, really, really sick from drinking contaminated baby formula. They take the powder, they mix it with their contaminated water, non-potable water that they just have, and the kids, a lot of them die. A lot of kids get really, really sick just because parents go out and mix it up with this baby formula. And what this has to do with what I'm trying to say is why? Why on earth are parents going out and paying for this formula when they can breastfeed? They have milk, food that comes straight out their bodies for free. They're going out and paying premium for this baby formula that's just killing their kids. It's simply terrible. And the reason is because Nestle advertising tells them to. Nestle is essentially the major one. There have been, according to Time magazine, there have been big legal battles where countries have instituted laws preventing Nestle and other baby formula companies from downplaying the importance of breastfeeding and upplaying the value of these baby formulas. And it's done terrible things to them. But what I'm feeling that this is trying to tell us is that in the future, our success will depend on convincing people to buy things that they could otherwise get for free. That is the major note that I'm trying to say. Because whether through pushing advertising, because if people really, really thought about it, they can get this for free compared to paying for the lethal poison they're feeding their kids. But now I'm not going to say that everybody's in a position to do it, but there are way more people out there who are purchasing this formula than they could be. A major method of the deception that's oh so important in the society is artificial scarcity. Another situation I'll present to you. Libraries have a growing trend of purchasing e-books right now, electronic books that they can use to just lend out to people like libraries already do, give out any books you like. And the books are programmed to self-destruct after so many takeouts and so long of a time. I'd like to use this line of reasoning. Now, it's a digital book. Great. In theory, it should never deteriorate. The library can just buy as many books as they need and just lend them out to as many people as possible. Oh wait, it's a digital media. They can just buy one book, copy and paste for every person who needs it, right? Wait a minute, who needs a library? I can just go straight to the publisher and purchase this e-book and lend it out to all of my friends who also want to read it. Oh wait, it doesn't use any paper and has no binding. Why do I even need to go to the publishing company? I'll just get everybody to buy it straight from the author. Wait. Who says I need to buy it? Theoretically, after one person gets the book, it can be free to everybody, just because a digital copy, paste, put it up online. Now, I'm hoping everybody is able to see what exactly I just did here. I took the process of buying a book and cost thousands of people their jobs, livelihoods, and a whole lot of money. Everywhere from the lumber industry, ink industry, the libraries themselves, the author, even the people who would have gotten money from the things the author purchased with the money he gets from his books. All of that is gone under that. And so the reaction that the publishers had to this nightmare scenario was artificial scarcity. By limiting the amount of uses, they force the fact that you need to come and buy more from them. Another scenario where this would have happened, if anybody has ever played the online game World of Warcraft. If you haven't heard of it, it's just a game you go online, play with all your friends, it's a good time. If you have heard of it, you may know of a recent little event they had where they put up for sale just a sparkly little horse, and people could purchase it, and for no reason at all, they put a little bar next to it that said there's only 25,000 left of these. People who never would have bought the horse otherwise went off and spent $25 to purchase this horse just because it was limited in number. And yes, you can still go online and buy the horse. They never ran out of this fake horse. Another... What are you doing? Another method is arbitrary restriction, which is another form of arbitrary scarcity. An example would be Windows 7. They sold ultimately two versions. The full version, which can be installed on a fresh computer for $200, and the $100 upgrade. But both of them had the exact same information on them. Just the $100 upgrade had a little checkbox in it that said, make sure that they have Windows already installed. According to an article I read in PC Maximum, or Maximum PC, that's correct, you can actually very easily adjust the $100 upgrade in order to get the full install. Likewise, there's a new Intel chip being produced for computers that are actually restricting. They're selling it with restricted access onto the chip as to what it can do, just so they can sell a $50 upgrade card to people so that they will purchase this and suddenly be able to do what their processor is already able to do. Ultimately, what this means is artificial scarcity is going to be the last thing that we can use to make money. People will be forced to make use of this so that they can continue on. Every job is being replaced by cheaper alternatives. We need to convince them somehow that we are worth the money, that people are worth the money in order to use. Thank you.